Hi guys, Kane Harrison here. Welcome to the Nashville Real Estate Show. We are of course at the Lipman Group Sotheby's International Realty, and we are joined by Sutton Lipman Costanza. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's
Happy to be here.
It's so great to have you here, and of course your wonderful father sitting right next to you, Larry. It's always fantastic to have you on board.
And it's always good to see you, Kane.
Well, I tell you what, the market is so hot, and Sutton has a fantastic property, so we're going to jump straight into it. Sutton, what a wonderful property. It looks like it is 1814A Elliott Avenue in Nashville, Tennessee. Tell us about this residence.
Yes, we're in the 12 South area. This is new construction. It's a craftsman style home, very open floor plan, great for entertaining. You see the beautiful hickory sand and finish hardwood flooring, fireplace, and the builder has done a wonderful job of bringing the outside in with those doors.
That natural light, I mean, especially in a row house, to be able to look out the windows and see the trees.
And it really looks like an oversized big kitchen.
It's a huge kitchen, has everything that you would want, stainless steel appliances, gas,
granite countertops,
and that huge pantry there with built-ins, farmhouse sink. Now we're at the main floor bedroom, which could also double as an office. You have the mudroom area right there, private back entrance.
It's so great.
It's a lovely shower.
Yes, and this is that was the main floor bathroom.
Look at the light, how it just flows from the lower level to the upper level. It is gorgeous.
Yes, master bath with soaker tub, frameless glass shower, and beautiful artisan tile work. Furniture piece vanity. This is the master bedroom that we're going through. Again, beautiful light, huge closet with 2 French doors, as well as built-ins.
Incredible. So 4 bedrooms, is it? A 3 bedroom?
Yes, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. The bedrooms are not close together. These are on the back end here. We're in one of the upstairs secondary bedrooms. Hall bath with tub shower combo, so great for kids. Another bedroom in the back here with great views. And notice,
looks like there's a lot of windows.
yes, a lot of great windows, great details, millwork throughout. This is an 8-foot privacy fence in the back and a 2-car carport with storage as well. So you've got your own yard.
Now the off-street parking for 12 South is a massive asset to something like this. I know that the new construction's going up like crazy, but to have that off-street parking is brilliant.
Yes, we're listed at $499,900, and it is really hard to find a new construction home with a carport in this price range.
So what a wonderful property. I know we've just come off from talking about the off-street parking, but this home has so much to offer. You were mentioning that there is actually a small bonus room upstairs as well that can be utilised for a bunch of different things.
Yes, exactly. So there's 2 living spaces in this home. It's wonderful for an investor and also for a family. So
it's so true, Larry. 12 South, I mean, it's been on the rise for a long time. But there's so many contemporary homes in 12 South. This home, I mean, it just doesn't even look like it should be in 12 South. What a beautiful house.
From the outside, you don't feel like it's contemporary at all. The open spaces may give you a soft contemporary feel, but it's quite lovely. Yeah. And it's priced right.
It's so beautifully priced, in fact, that the other one sold. As we mentioned, this was two homes on the one lot. So of course, make sure that you reach out to Sutton as soon as you possibly can if you're interested, because I can tell you from experiences, 12th South market is so hot, and they just go like
they go
that.
fast.
And I know we talked about that beautiful kitchen as well, but I mean, all the places you can eat out in 12th South. I know Sutton, we take it for granted because we're in Nashville, but there's some people outside of Nashville that really are looking at these areas like the Gulch, 12th South, East Nashville. But 12th South, I mean, talk a little bit about the location itself.
Absolutely. You're about 2 minutes away from amazing restaurants, and we're getting a new restaurant almost every other week, it seems, and shopping, close to parks. It's just a wonderful, wonderful location.
It is, and I think at that price range, people will snap it up. So again, make sure that you contact Sutton, and all her details are at the link that you can see just above this. And we, of course, Sutton, we want to know a little bit about you. So let's talk about it.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know absolutely everything. Of course, Larry's sitting here beaming, just so proud.
Which I am.
For a couple of reasons. And one of the reasons we want to talk about is because he is a proud grandfather.
That's right.
You are a new mum. Tell us what it's like to be a working mum in the real estate game, when the real estate game is just uncontrollable at the moment. It's incredible.
Goodness. Well, what do I even say?
I know it.
I mean, it's been great. You know, real estate does allow some flexibility, so been able to take care of Peter while also working, and been really thankful for that. And my husband is in real estate as well, and of course my father. So we are.
It's a family business. I'm sure little Peter will be following in the footsteps of the Lipman Group in London. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. And I bet that I could just imagine what the Nashville market's going to be like once he grows up.
I cannot imagine.
I know. Now let's just have a little backstory. You two were both telling me off camera that your dad Larry, of course, came to you, and I think in 2008, 2009, after this massive slump, and said, "Hey, I've got a great idea. You should get into real estate." I mean, what were you thinking, Larry?
Well, that's not quite the way it happened. At that time, Sutton was doing something else, and she calls me out of the clear blue, and she says, "I think I don't want to be doing what I'm doing." And I said, "So what do you want to do?" And she said, "I think I want to do real estate." And I said, "Real estate? Are you kidding? You've never even talked about doing real estate." And so what I told her is I said, "Sutton, stay where you are for at least another month. And if you feel that way, call me and I will teach you how to do real estate."
So got the best mentor in the
I
business.
know, and the rest is history. And
That's
as you said off a camera, Larry, which I think is great, is if you do well now in the end of 2008, early 2009, when everyone
the market
struggled,
was horrible.
so terrible.
Yeah. And if you can keep your attitude going and stay in the business, people will know what you're doing and that you're a real estate agent by the time the market comes back around. And sure enough, that's what happened. That people started calling Sutton, and she all along was helping them and has been a success.
So Sutton, I mean, in 2008, 2009, you got into real estate and you kind of had a hunch that you might like it. Some 6 years later, you're still in it. Tell me what you love about being a realtor.
I really love all the wonderful people that I get to meet and interact with. I get to know their families and get to be a part of such an important process that's like no other process that they'll experience.
And you were telling me before off camera how important it is for you to have some FaceTime, to be one-on-one. I know technology's largely taken over and people like to text and people like to email, which is a massive part of any business, but you really pride yourself on getting in front of your clients and customers and having this one-on-one interaction.
Yes, I love connecting and building that relationship and learning, what's most important to them.
I get it, and it's exactly what you like to do, Larry. We were talking last night in the Gloria days, you were meeting in car parks and things like that and do deals straight away to get the deal done, but it was always a handshake, it was always honesty and integrity, and I can see that you've instilled all those qualities into Sutton. Sutton, we've loved having you on the show. You've done incredibly well.
Much.
The property is incredible, and don't forget to contact Sutton through the Sotheby's International Realty website, the Lipman Group, and you've got all those details that are above our heads here somewhere. Larry, loved having you on board. Love that you're beaming over there, just as proud as could be.
It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. And Sutton, once again, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having
me. Absolutely. Anytime. You're always welcome back. And thank you guys for joining us on the Nashville Real Estate Show. Welcome back, guys, to the Nashville Real Estate Show. We just had Sutton Lipman Costanza on, walking us through a beautiful property, but we have now kicked Sutton out and welcome back Gloria. Welcome, Gloria.
Hi there.
It's so good to have you on the program.
Glad to be here.
And of course, Larry, still beaming from your wonderful daughter's presence.
Yes, I'm glad to continue the program.
Absolutely, it was fantastic. Hey, just a short segment. We're going to touch on something that is incredibly important coming up that the consumer needs to know about. We've got some new rules, some new laws in October. Tell us about them.
Well, there are some new laws going in effect that are being passed down from the government to protect the consumer who is looking to get a mortgage. And so all of the laws are changing and the guidelines are changing for all the mortgage companies across the board nationally. And we feel it's very important that we talk about this to the public because the public needs to understand how these new laws are going to affect them.
Absolutely. There needs to be an awareness because there's a lot that's going to change and I think that it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. So tell us exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, so October 3rd, there's a new process that's going to take place that's going to require the consumer to go ahead and shop the mortgage companies on the front end and then make a commitment of who they're going to use. And in the past, what's happened is a lot of times someone will go out, they'll go to one mortgage company, and then they'll make changes during the process once they've bought the home.
Wow.
So once these laws take place, it won't be able to be done that way. And the biggest thing that's affecting us from the real estate side of things is that we're used to our buyers at least getting what's called a pre-approval letter prior to us issuing a contract, and because of the new consumer laws, they actually won't be able to get that letter ahead of time. There's going to have to be some shopping and some commitment made before they can get that letter.
Now, Larry, you were saying to me off camera that now we can get a few different letters, but this letter that they have to get now is going to be pretty much set in stone. You're going to have to go through the whole pre-approval process. And so when the consumer presents you with a pre-approval letter, you can be assured that the bank is 100% behind them.
You can feel good about that.
Yep.
But hopefully the agents mention to their buyers that, you know, hey, before we really start looking, you need to decide what mortgage company you're going to use. And if they don't do that, like we've mentioned, you can't get any kind of a letter. In fact, if I wanted to call their mortgage broker and talk to him, which I've done in the past, he's not going to be able to say anything because he doesn't have the information.
Sure.
And it's almost like going for almost like as if you've gone through underwriting.
Right. Now, there's one other big change as well, is that majority of the closings will move to be 60 days.
That is
just to let you guys know at home, the average now is about 45 in the Nashville market anyway.
30 to 45.
30 to 40, which is incredible.
But as far as seeing a 30-day close, that's going to be a thing of the past starting October 3rd.
Unless it's an all-cash offer, I think.
Yeah, an all-cash will make a difference.
Which is obviously rare. But so some big changes. I mean, we have to know these things. But hey, it just goes back to what you guys have said all along. Get your ducks in a row first before you start looking. The Lipman Group obviously is the place to start that process. And to hear all this latest information, they have the finger on the pulse. If you guys want any information, don't forget to click the link above and come in and see Larry or Gloria or anyone here. Margaret's out the front and she'll welcome you with a big old smile. But the very first thing and again, to reiterate what we're saying here, get your ducks in a row, go and see your mortgage broker or come and get some advice off these guys so you can step in the right direction.
Right, and I just want to close with one thing is that, you know, all of our buyers have the right to go to any mortgage company that they choose. But the majority of them ask us for guidance, and we have several lenders that provide the level of service that we provide, and so we recommend those lenders, and those lenders will give them a no obligation, free consultation, advise them, and help them get the ball on the road.
Well, and I think just one last thing, everyone's situation is different. And so not every mortgage lender or bank is going to fit that mold. And I know that you guys have some fantastic relationships in town with all kinds of different banks and all kinds of different lenders that you can point the people in the right direction, not waste anyone's time, let alone yours when you're trying to buy a house.
Right,
so,
because if you're an entrepreneur and you're 1099, you're self-employed, or you have a unique situation, then we have the right people to connect you with. If you have a W-2 job, you've been on your job 2 years, you're going to be an easier, more conforming loan. But again, we leave that up to the mortgage professionals. All we are is basically a counselor that helps advise them on where they might want to shop.
And again, we leave it up to the customer, the client, to decide which one of those they'd like to use.
I know, something you do so well, Larry, is put out all the right options and let them choose for themselves and then help guide them to where they need to get to. Hey, we've so enjoyed having you guys on the show. We hope that you enjoyed Sutton's debut on the show. We think she did incredibly well, and she has that fantastic property in 12 South. And, you know, it'll get snapped up like that. What a hot market we're in. So enjoyed having you on the program, Gloria, as always. Larry, fantastic to see you again.
It's been my pleasure.
We've absolutely loved it. We've loved having you guys. As I say, don't forget to click the link above and contact everyone here at the Lipman Group, Sotheby's International Realty, and we'll see you next time on the Nashville Real Estate Show.